You sound disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I tried to think of something witty or clever to say, and unfortunately, I am neither of those things.
Well, you know who is witty and clever?
Me? You guys just admitted because I said I was having a beer.
If it's not on the record, if you got to produce, actual results here.
Oh, man. I got to do it when the mics are on and recording.
Exactly. If it doesn't happen when the mic is on, then it didn't happen, period.
Damn it. You guys will never know what I called this episode then. They thought it was hilarious.
It was probably the best joke anyone has ever told. I forgot my ashtray.
Wow. That's the one thing you bring to the podcast. If you're Comics and Chronic, you got weed, you got your ashtray, you got the chimes in case Cody comes on air.
Yeah, Cody, what are you doing over there, buddy?
I was having issues. I accidentally made the screen too small, and I was having issues figuring out how to bring the chat back to full screen. But here we are. I fixed it.
Congrats.
Dude, fucking.
What a way to start this Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Just pure banger energy out the gates.
Hey, man, I'm sorry I was confused. Confounded.
It's okay, big dog. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, we all get confused.
Yeah. You know who doesn't get confused?
That's not true, because he was confused when hit with that scarecrow serum.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was confused, but he was definitely tripping balls.
I was just going to say, I do like that. Causing the master plan of Ra's al Ghul was to cause the whole of Gotham to trip balls.
Well, since we're jumping right into the end of the movie, we have yet to announce that we're talking about. Welcome to Comics and Chronic, everyone. I'm Jake FH. As always, joining me is Anthony Iannaccio and Cody Cannon. This is our Patreon episode for the month of September.
For Batman Day.
Oh yeah, it's true. Batman Day.
Batman Day.
And we are discussing the smash hit Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, Kate Holmes, Michael Caine, Cillian Murphy, Morgan Freeman,
Great cast.
Liam Neeson, Ken Watanabe.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bah.
What a cast.
I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this, like, I watched it again, and it is awesome. I still love it. But when I first saw this, I was like, Batman Begins was the shit.
Yeah,
yes.
It was the shit. Really did something different for the comic book movie genre. I think DC made a solid choice by taking this director who had previously just done like mind-bending thrillers and put him behind Memento. What was the one with Robin Williams and Pacino? Insomnia. And he did one more, didn't he? Or was it then Batman Begins?
No, then it was like Batman Begins because Prestige comes after Batman Begins.
Yeah, but before Dark Knight.
Yeah.
There was one more. Was he the guy that did The Following, or was it Pi? Pi was Aronofsky.
He didn't do
Pi, but I also didn't see
I think he did Following, yeah.
Following.
I think that was his first movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But this movie feels pretty tame for a Christopher Nolan movie, I think I would say. Like, in terms of, like, there's nothing too crazy happening. That's not a negative. I just mean, like, maybe there's, like, the cutting back and forth between, like, Bruce Wayne training with the League of Shadows at the beginning and then kind of how his origin is unfolding. But I don't think it's anything too crazy is happening, like, Nolan-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, but that's also because, like, he's working for a franchise now. So, like, Warner Brothers is like, hey, we're going to give you this DC property. And they gave him pretty much free reign, but you have to do it within the confines of, to make something marketable and sell it. So he can't go full balls Inception with Batman, especially not on the first outing.
I think he did well. And you guys say that, but the plot was literally involving a device that turns all water into vapor and using, you know what I mean? Like it was like, we talk about how grounded in reality Nolan's Batman was it? You know what I mean?
No, it's a comic book movie.
For sure.
Yeah,
they poison the water.
Like
they poison the water, and they're gonna super steam it because then it's gonna evaporate, and everyone's gonna trip on Scarecrow's drug and tear the city apart by going insane. It's a pretty fucked up plot.
Yeah, comic booky for sure.
And one man has to stop it against an ancient league of ninjas.
Yeah.
Led by, like any ninja clan, a white man, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
The white Liam Neeson.
The white Liam Neeson.
Well, I do like that the League of Shadows, like the way he tried to like his interpretation of Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows is that like the League of Shadows, Ra's al Ghul's eternal. He's just essentially whoever's leading the League of Shadows is Ra's al Ghul. So Ra's al Ghul is essentially immortal because the League of Shadows is always there.
Facts.
And this one, they try to swerve us. We don't know Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul at first.
Yeah.
That's right. We think it's Ken Watanabe.
Yep. Which makes sense and would also be good casting if he was Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
That whole thing when he's training, like, honestly, I think this movie's actually really good. And I feel like
Oh, of course.
we're not giving it the credit it's due.
Oh, no. Everything I was saying were pros.
Yeah.
Me saying that it's not grounded in reality, it just like makes me laugh that like all of the comic book movies that were before it were so either, you know, be it in the Tim Burton, and I'm not saying these are bad either, but like
The
how
Schumacher,
long,
where everything's neon
yeah,
and
yeah,
giant.
and the Tim Burton one where it's all this like gothic neo noir, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, and then you have movies like Constantine and you know, the stuff that were the comic book movies leading up to were all just like really colorful, crazy, that we just were like, oh, this is gritty. And like I think it does this good balance of keeping it gritty down to earth and like street level, even though it is like, oh, we're gonna poison the city. Batman deserves those kind of threats, and it still felt very like, even though he was fighting a League of Ninjas, it felt very street level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he took down Carmine Falcone as well,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how it
during
starts. Yeah.
played by Tom Wilkinson.
yeah, who does a great job.
There's also always like this thing with superhero movies where it's like, oh, you can't have multiple villains, but this movie has Falcone, Ra's al Ghul, and Scarecrow, and it works
Scarecrow.
fine.
Yeah,
And it's an origin movie.
and Mr. Zaz in a
Oh,
brief,
Zazaz, yeah.
in a brief little thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like a lot of me's going off of like when this movie first came out and I saw it in theaters multiple times.
Oh,
And I
five,
was
right?
like, yeah. And I was like, dude, this
Yeah.
is like the pinnacle. And then, you know, Dark Knight tops it. So like Christopher Nolan, only he can top himself. Because
He
the
tops
Dark
himself.
Knight is like a beast.
He gives himself that sloppy topping on it.
No, but I agree with you, and I agree that I don't think that there is any movie that has handled fear and how Batman is supposed to be scary to his foes like this one.
Really? I don't know about that.
You don't think you think other ones do it better?
I think I was making Batman scary. Yeah, I think the Batman does it better, to be honest.
But I think this movie wouldn't even exist without the Batman. I mean,
For sure,
the Batman
but, like,
wouldn't exist.
I feel like in
without
this one,
movie.
his is not really. He's not like, all right, I'm going to scare the shit out of them. He's more like he's spray painting his body armor. He's making the helmet. It's
Oh
more
yeah.
like,
I mean it's definitely
whereas
an
like in
origin
the Batman
story.
in the opening, there's a scene where like all the hoodlums on the street or that junkie dude are like looking into the shadows, and they think he's there, even if he's not there. That's fear.
Yeah, but the scene, and it got spoofed and lampooned a lot, but like I haven't watched this movie in a long time, long time, and the scene where Flass and Falcone are at the docks.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
Yeah, and the guys, it's their first time Batman is ever Batman, and he's dragging the dudes into the dark and just like and
Yeah,
like I think I
he's like,
think,
where are you? He's like, here.
yeah, exactly. I think exactly
That scene is sick.
yeah, and I think that scene really set the tone, really changed the way Batman should be handled in film.
Agreed. Every Batman after Batman Begins owes itself to Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale doing this new take on Batman.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't remember who I said my favorite live action Batman was
Why you said Michael Keaton?
when we did the Batman. Is that what I said too?
Yeah, I thought you did. Maybe.
I think you're right. I think you're right, but I'm after rewatching this, I hadn't seen this movie probably since like right around the time Dark Knight came out. It's been that long.
Oh wow.
And
This movie's only almost 2 decades old.
Yeah.
It's
And-
2005.
and I watched, and so when watching it again, I was like, God damn, this Bruce Wayne does the perfect job of, Christian Bale does such a good job of trying to balance being a fake Playboy billionaire. It was really well done. It was jarring because I haven't watched this in so long. I forgot that Katie Holmes was the first Rachel, and
Rachel Dawes.
yeah, and that she was Maggie Gyllenhaal was a recast.
Yeah, before she
Yeah.
got replaced by a Skrull, yeah.
Nice. Scroll Katie Holmes.
Scroll
It's just
Katie
Maggie
Holmes.
Gyllenhaal.
That's so
I will
funny.
say this Batman cowl is literally my favorite out of all the Batmans. Like his mask and how it just looks like he's frowning.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
The pointiness of his nose. I think it's my favorite mask, and I do like it better than the Dark Knight because, like, yeah, he makes it thinner so he can function and move his head. But this one is more intimidating.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the costume design is great. He feels like Batman, but I was never a fan of the Tumbler. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. I was never a fan. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it's not my Batmobile.
It's cool.
I agree. It is cool, but it's not my Batmobile by any stretch.
It's not my Batmobile too. I just like to imagine that the Tumbler is a Batmobile down version of what came from Frank Miller's Dark Knight.
It's true. It is closer to Frank Miller's Batmobile than anything. Or his
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And going back to the more grounded aspect, that would be like the vehicle you might need, like this army prototype thing.
in an urban environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still very fucking cool. And like I like how it had a stealth mode where it just just went completely black and they had silent and they just
That scene is cool. That chase.
Yeah.
And like he just turns off his lights and like fades back. Like, where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also it's like, having said that, and that scene is cool, I'm just like, that car isn't that fast. Like I feel
Tumbler?
like you can chase down the Tumbler.
It has a rocket. It's able to jump like bridges into over water or into
Yeah, but it has
waterfalls
these
and
big
stuff.
clunky tires, the turn radius on the thing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's not my favorite either. I'm not sitting here defending it in the sense that like it's my favorite Batmobile. My favorite Batmobile. My favorite Batmobile is definitely from the Michael Keaton movies. Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
easily.
same. And I liked the one that they had in The Batman.
I like the Batman one too, to be honest, even though Anthony hates it.
I'm picky about my Batmobile. I'll be honest.
You know what I am picky about, and I felt this way when I even first saw this movie. I do love the costume, but it's like, okay, why put the bat emblem on your suit if only to make it black so like no one's going to be able to see it? Why? I kind of like in other iterations that it stands out from the rest of the suit.
Like a yellow.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, like yellow, or even Ben Affleck's. He had a gray suit, but with a black bat symbol. Like, it's just like, why make it the same
exact color.
Because then it's like, even if you're a criminal at night, it's like, I'm Batman. Like, you can't see that there's a bat emblem on his chest.
Well, I mean, he's not really trying to be seen at all.
I know. So why put it?
You know what I
there?
mean? Just for branding.
Because it
Bruce
looks
Wayne
cool.
is a capitalist at the end of the day.
Exactly. For the same reason you put a white NB on a white pair of New Balance sneakers. You know what I mean? Like, you might not be able to see it if somebody might not be able to see it if you're running by, but
But when
it's
you're getting
there.
stomped down, you're like, oh, is that New Balance? it's the same thing when like, you see his bat emblem.
Yeah,
Punching the shit
exactly.
out of you, and you're just like, oh, Batman, I get it. And then keeps beating you.
Yeah.
The scene where he takes down Scarecrow, you know, when he's like, take your own medicine, doctor, and sprays Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And he starts tripping, and Batman looks like that demon figure.
By the way, that line felt like an Adam West Batman line.
It also felt like a Batman line. Batman,
Yeah, like
always,
classic Batman. That's what I mean.
Classic,
Like,
yeah, I agree. It did feel like a classic, yeah.
I think that Nolan's movies are so dark and gritty that unless you go back and watch the movies, you kind of forget how many funny lines are in this movie. There's a lot of funny quips, very dry, like very accurately toned, like very dry delivery, like that scene where he's like, Alfred, tell them that joke. You know what I mean? Like as he's getting ready, like that kind of stuff happens the entire movie. And it's
Michael Caine's Alfred is one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I like Michael Caine's Alfred, period, throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid Alfred.
He's a great
Incredible.
Incredible Alfred, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll choose him over Jeremy Irons any day.
Yeah, easily.
But I like Michael Caine's Alfred a lot. I also, in this same movie, at the end, when Ra's al Ghul attacks Bruce Wayne's mansion, and like that big pillar falls on Bruce, and he's like having trouble lifting it up, and Alfred's like, "What's the point of doing all those bloody push-ups if you can't lift a bloody log?"
Yeah.
Like the house is on fire, falling apart, and Alfred's still just straight, quipping on him. It's like, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
It is great. I like their relationship.
And I liked how Bruce played the party boy Bruce. Like, he knew what to do and say, but like he just like Rachel says at the end, like, that's your mask. Yeah, like the party
scene when he gives that drunken speech at the party.
Yeah.
He's like, "Get out, you fucking freeloaders, all you sycophants."
Yeah.
And then like Ra's al Ghul is like, "Nicely performed, but like I don't care about that shit. We're still
they're gonna die soon anyway.
Yeah,
like, that was pointless.
He's like, great performance, but yeah, it was pointless.
Yeah. But like we always talk about like, and everyone watching every Batman iteration talks about like who gets both parts right, and I feel like Christian Bale is like right on the money with Batman and Bruce Wayne. He could pull both off, in my opinion.
Yeah. He's the fighter. He has much more believable hand-to-hand combat than Keaton did in the 90s.
Yep. Yes, I believe he could fight some Japanese, samurais, take on some ninjas for sure. I saw it with my own eyes.
At the end of the movie, when Batman finally gets into Gotham, he flies up, and it's like Ra's al Ghul and like a few of his ninjas, and then there's like two of them there. He's like, "I can take more than two of your guys." He's like, "Have it your way." And Ra's al Ghul lifts up, and then he drops two more ninjas down. It's like, Batman, what are you just doing like out here challenging for more fighters and shit? Like,
but he takes them, man.
He takes them. No, I know. But it's like, dude, why make this any harder for you?
It's just like
it's all about that smoke.
Yeah, dude. Batman fucks people up in this. Dude, in the car chase, fucking just flipping those cop cars. That could have easily killed dozens of people.
He could have killed a lot of cops. Man is reckless.
This is also, I do want to say, like, while I was watching this movie, I know it's a common joke these days to hate on Batman because he's a fascist or because he's like pro.
That's not true. He's not even actually a fascist.
I mean, all I'm saying is like
in the next
sometimes it's fun to suspend belief. You know what I mean?
Like, it's a comic book movie.
Exactly. Like nobody's getting upset that freaking Tom Hardy is wasting all kinds of fucking crazy painted people in the wasteland of Mad Max Fury Road. You know what I mean? Nobody's being like, "Oh, he's murdering." You know what I mean? Like, I just think people like, what? Who cares? It's It's literally, you're talking about a man who dresses up in a bat. Like, just grow up. It's just a fun story, and this one is done masterfully.
Yeah,
it was a great one. Like when this movie came out, I was 15 years old. So.
Wow.
I was graduating high school.
Yeah, me too. I was graduating high school.
It had one of those foundational, effects on me where it's just like, damn, this is what a superhero movie could be. Like, I love these things, Like, if we were getting quality stuff, like, and like you were saying, like, I think in 2005, we talked about this in the Constantine episode where we have Constantine, which was a pretty good one. Sin City was great. But, like, Batman Begins and then the Nolan movies themselves, like, elevate it a bit more. Especially this one.
Facts.
Yeah, this
crawled so Dark Knight could run.
For sure. And
seriously.
I would.
Yeah.
Going back and watching this, I'm excited to rewatch Dark Knight again.
Me too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer that 3 was such a turd because
I didn't think it was too much of a turd, admittedly, when I first saw it, but now after watching it in the years after. It just it's not. It is the weakest of the three.
And
by a large margin.
Yeah. So it's not on our agenda.
But even a
of
Nolan
Batman movie
flop is not like comparative
to Marvel flops.
To Marvel flops,
no, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Dark Knight Rises is still better than honestly half of Marvel's movies. So.
I do want to say though,
Agreed.
if one thing I hate Nolan for, it's that he made everybody want to make every fucking comic book movie like 3 hours long. No, I don't care about the dark. I'm just saying, like, this movie was the shortest of his trilogy, and it's 2 hours and 28.
Dude, Nolan's about that life. Oppenheimer, 3 hours long. He doesn't do these little baby times.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I hate that, like, for some reason people saw this Batman and then saw the next Batman and were like, we should never have a short comic book movie again.
That's not how I felt. I thought what Jake just said, that they decided that every superhero needs to be dark, at least on the DC side of things.
I think Christopher Nolan, throughout everywhere, like even a Marvel's dark is not nearly as dark as a DC, but I think like it set a new tone.
Yeah.
I think it's why Winter Soldier works so well, because it is slightly more grounded and serious than other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Well, but I would even argue though that like the dark, like let's be a little less comic-y, even if comic-y. I'd say that hit first in X-Men before Nolan. Nolan just took it a step further.
True.
I guess maybe dark is the wrong word, but like grounded
Dark, but
and like,
serious.
Yeah,
dramatic.
Like Man of Steel feels like, even though it's not connected, it does feel like it could be taking place in the same world as the Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Nolan verse. It doesn't,
for sure,
but it feels like it has the same tone, and I don't think Superman should have felt that way. Like, I still enjoyed Man of Steel, even though it's not my favorite movie, but like we could go on forever about that, but like the tone works for Batman Begins, and like it's even more grounded in Dark Knight. I feel like Dark Knight feels like a more real city, whereas this still feels like Gotham comic booky.
Well, it's filmed in Chicago, whereas the first one was not filmed in Chicago.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, was it just like a movie set that they made to make?
A lot of it was a movie set. Some of it was like
Okay.
cities over in England or Europe type shit.
Okay.
Yeah, not too much of it's filmed in America at all. Whereas Dark Knight was filmed in Chicago.
And then the third one was filmed in Pittsburgh.
I know because I went there on a extras casting call for a weekend.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you in the Dark Knight Rises?
No, I tried to be. I was on. We went in. You have to dress like a thug, like generic like thug guy. And
nice. Jake, you should have been.
But that was a wild weekend. Fucking Pittsburgh is a shithole of a city. I'll say that.
As someone who lives, Morgantown is essentially a glorified suburb of Pittsburgh.
I just remember really not liking it or the people there.
Well, Pittsburgh people are really abrasive. I like to joke every single time I'm in Pittsburgh, I make the joke that I love being in the Boston of Appalachia.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, the Boston of Appalachia.
It really is.
No, that's perfectly said.
Going off on Pittsburgh in the Patreon episode. I hope none of our patrons are from Pittsburgh. If
Hey,
they're
if
not
you are,
awesome.
Any real listener of Comics and Chronic is definitely not from Pittsburgh.
No, and if there are some of you there, here's the thing I like about Pittsburgh people. They're mean and
They're mean,
but they're also sweet, if that makes sense. They're kind of like they do blend the like meanness of like a kind of shitty blue collar New England town with the sweetness of white Appalachian, like them, like how sweet and accepting they can be. You know what I mean? Like,
So they're like Sour Patch Kids.
exactly.
no, they're just terrible human beings. The worst of the worst. Since this is our Patreon episode,
Yeah.
that means someone owes a dark secret.
Fuck, you're right. I think it's my turn.
It is your turn.
Damn, I got to figure
And
out a
yet-
dark secret.
And yet, I have a directly dark secret Pittsburgh story to tell.
Ooh, let's hear
So
it.
maybe I'll go
Then
this time.
you get.
Yeah,
I just
you
get
go,
skipped.
and then Anthony can just
Anthony,
go
you'll
next.
go on the next one.
I'll have a good one.
So, okay, for our dark secret of the week, of the month. Dude, so when I went to Pittsburgh, I went there for the Dark Knight Rises casting call with two of my friends. And dude, we stayed at like, I don't know, like not a Motel 6, but something along those lines. And it was just shitty. But anyways, one night, our last night there, we decided to order like a prostitute or whatever. So
I knew what was coming, so I had to hit this.
So we do, but we only have enough money. Like, I don't know, it was like 200 or something. And so we paid it, and then like she gets dropped off by this big bodyguard dude. And he's like, "You guys got the money?" We're like, "Yeah." Gave it to him, and then he's like, "All right." He gives us the rules. He's like, "Nope, don't even think of like beating her." And I was like, "All right, cool, that's whatever." And then he goes. He's like, "I'll be back in an hour." I'm like, "All right." And so then she's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she's like, "Okay, so like it's this much for these things." And we were like, "Oh," we're like, "That was all of our money. Like we just gave you everything. Like what do you mean? We just gave you like 200." She's like, "Oh no, well it's like that's to get me out here." And we're like what? Like we don't have like $200 to drive you here. Like no, we just didn't even have the money. Let alone we weren't gonna do it. And she was, because her driver like dipped. She was there for like an hour, and we just like literally sat and spoke with her and drank whiskey and ate pizza. And then she got picked up and left, and that was it.
Nice.
She like for sure tried to rip us off, but because we were like poor young 20-something-year-olds, that was it. Like all we had was gas money to go back the next day. So
Nice.
it was just funny.
That is hilarious.
Because it was a dark secret, I was like, "Oh no, where's this gonna go?" But it did. That was a good story.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get like crazy. Nothing happened. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
had a good
Just
time.
a good old conversation with a prostitute.
Sometimes
You paid
have
$200 to talk to this prostitute.
those. Nice.
You know what though? That's money well spent. I mean, look, we paid $7,000 to become friends. So if you think about it,
It falls in line.
Perfectly balanced.
exactly as all things should be.
Oh man, that rules.
Dude, we haven't even mentioned our boy, well, two of our boys, fucking Lieutenant Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, and fucking Lucius Fox by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
I think
they were
casting all
great.
around for this movie was just solid.
Stellar.
Too good.
Stellar.
Too good.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. That scene at the end, which I love, that even though he couldn't really like twist everything. That scene at the end when the CEO walks in and Morgan Freeman's like, "Oh, I got your job."
Yeah.
Did you get the memo? Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't you
that
get the
scene was
memo?
nice.
Like, what, bitch?
Mic drop, baby.
Yeah, that's-
Hot boy horn for Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan, he was as cool as Lucius Fox. He was like, when he's like, "What do you need all this stuff for?" And he's like, spelunking, cave diving.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Mr. Wayne, please don't, like, you don't have to tell me what you're doing, but don't fucking bullshit me."
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't have to. He's like, I would rather not know, so I don't have to lie if they ask me. But I also don't assume that I don't know.
Don't think I don't know that you're Batman.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. Like it's this kind of Batman where he's almost just like really honestly like a super spy. Like this is what this version of Batman is. Like, yeah, he's Batman, but like he's just using army surplus stuff, like top secret shit to like take down crime.
Yeah, this is Batman if Batman was 007.
Yeah.
It is 007 Batman for sure. I would agree with that. Some people might not like that, but I don't care. That's cool.
I like it.
What I also do like in this movie, and going back to things that Christopher Nolan grabbed from like the Adam West Batman. Actually, this is directed from Adam West Batman. Okay, it's the scene in Batman Begins. Like it's when Batman is scoping out the Scarecrow apartment.
Mm-hmm.
With the rabbits and shit and the drugs in them.
Yeah.
And Batman is climbing the side of the building. Very classic, like Caped Crusader, like scaling. And then Joffrey, a young Joffrey Baratheon, comes out on the gate. And he's like, "Everyone says you're fake." And then he like legit throws him like a military surplus tool. He's like, "Well, thanks." He's like, "Have fun," or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do like that you see him scaling the building, which is a very Adam West.
Yeah.
When people would pop out the window and be like, "Hey, what are you doing, Batman?"
Yeah.
Like, I like that shit.
But at the same time, it did feel comic accurate too. Like it felt like even them closing the bridge made it start to feel like no man's land a little bit.
Yeah, and then he just flies over. That
was cool.
Yeah.
That scene
But
is
it had the Batman Year One aspects to it, 100%.
shout.
Oh yeah, you could tell this was almost like all Batman movies. It drew from a lot of Batman lore, but this was basically year one, the movie.
Yeah. Some Long Halloween in there with Falcone and stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, dude, the ending is the perfect tease for like the next movie's villain. And like that whole scene, that whole bit of dialogue is incredible. Between Gordon and Batman.
Where he's like escalation.
Yeah, he's like, well, now
escalation?
you've escalated things. It's like there's gonna be escalation. He's like escalation. And he's like you, or he's like we have guns. They buy body armor. We wear body armor. They get armor piercing rounds. He's like so. And he's like, and you're wearing a mask and calling yourself Batman. And then he like talks about this crazy dude, and he flips over the Joker card. And I was like, oh shit, like. And even in the intro to Dark Knight, Joker says like he was ripping off mob dealers. Like this was his like thing before becoming Joker.
Yeah.
He even says when he's like, go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. It's like I want to see that. I want to see what Joker was doing before we saw him in Dark Knight.
Yeah. I mean, the implication seems to also have been that he was like a soldier in Iraq. And that's where he got the scars
I've heard
from.
of that theory because of certain things. Maybe. I don't know if that's the implication so much as that's a very popular internet theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I like that his Joker, like in what was the one we just talked about, Killing Joke. I like how the beginning it is kind of vague and unclear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when Joker's handled best is when he's kind of an enigma.
Yeah,
I like
we
that too.
should talk about Scarecrow because first of all, Cillian Murphy, he really
young Cillian, look at it, baby-faced boy,
and he was still giving me Oppenheimer vibes. Like I was thinking, like you know what, he's basically Oppenheimer in this movie. He's like, let's test it out, let's do it. Yeah. You know, he's got to see what the gas could do.
Dude, Oppenheimer is Scarecrow. Confirmed.
Nolan always knew.
Yeah,
I do like. He's really good in this. Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. Jonathan Crane.
Yeah, Jonathan Crane. He's fucking scary as shit.
You wish there was more of him. You know, it almost seems like there's not enough.
He's really not in the movie that much.
Yeah, he's definitely. Oh.
Was that a ghost?
I guess. I don't know.
What do you mean? What was that?
My light just flickered for some reason. That doesn't like us talking
brighter.
shit on Cillian. Oh, it like flickered for a minute. It went, ooh.
Dude, that's what. Wait, if we say Cillian's name 3 times, will he shut up?
He shows up Terminator style in Cody's room, like
dude,
naked
what if you just
on the
saw
floor.
him like, behind me? Like,
oh shit! Cillian.
And then he reaches through the Zoom to you guys. Oh shit!
I'd shut off my computer. I can't fight him.
I have too much fear.
Too much fear. Oh, I loved it's. You only get like literally like maybe less than a minute of Batman in that super creepy
demon form.
Yeah, like he almost looks like an orc from Lord of the Rings. Like, like he's just like completely nightmare Batman, and it's just what you get the fear. Like that's where you're like, yeah, okay.
I do like in the end when Batman's saving the city, everyone's going crazy. You see Scarecrow on the horse.
Yeah.
And that's very like long
Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, that's straight out of Haunted Night.
Haunted Night, yeah.
And that might be the cover or it's a page, like the flames coming out of the horse.
The horse and Scarecrow on it.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool.
Yep.
I like Scarecrow's mask a lot.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It was a very terrifying. It was scary. And every time they're tripping, there's like maggots or bugs coming out of it.
Yeah, Jonathan Crane was a fucked up dude, and I wish we would have got more into him. He had like the potential to be really interesting rather than just kind of like a B-side means to an end kind of character.
But you know what? That's because Nolan was saving him for Oppenheimer.
That's true.
He knew. He's like, I want to make a 3-hour movie just about you.
We're
gonna call it Scarecrow.
A movie where Jonathan Crane just bombs the Japanese.
It makes too much sense.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. Batman Again is just a great movie.
No, it's solid for sure.
Solid.
Yeah, one of the most, just definitely like a change.
It was a game changer.
Game changer for the comic book movie industry.
Facts.
Batman began and couldn't stop it.
Couldn't
not
stop it.
Stop it.
Are we at that nexus point?
Are we? We've only been doing this for like 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Nah, we can't. We got to give the commies more than that.
Yeah.
How long has it
Also, like 20 minutes.
Yeah, let's say that.
20 minutes?
No, closer to 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they deserve more. Like we haven't even really I liked Flass in this.
Yeah, he's
Flass,
good.
that piece of shit.
Scumbag cop.
Yeah.
Dude, I like he like robs that, I don't know, hot dog or falafel
Yeah.
dude vendor. He's like, what the fuck, Flass?
I'm trying to feed my children.
He's like, I
Yeah.
have kids to feed. He's like, they don't like falafel?
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like, you fucking scumbag.
Yeah, dude, he's a shithead.
Dude, that scene when Batman like he grabs him and holds him upside down and tortures him, like interrogates him. That whole scene is incredible. He's like, please, I swear to God. He's like, swear to me. Swear to me.
Yeah.
A lot of good one-liners in this movie.
Dude, Batman is
Yeah.
all about those one-liners. Just like quippy one-liners. Even in like the Schumacher films, it's like, don't leave home without it. Like, boom. Batman stays prepared with like witticisms, which makes it worse when like this terrifying, crazy man is beating the shit out of you. And then you're like, please, you broke my leg. He's like, actually, I broke two of them. And like breaks the other one. It's like, oh shit.
Okay, so here we go. I just thought of something. You ready? You ready for this?
Oh, dude.
It's a what if. It's a what if. Can you breathe? Can you breathe? Can you?
The suspense is literally taking the breath out of my
I'm sorry. So the what if is this. It's Adam West.
Okay.
It's Val Kilmer. It's Michael Keaton. It's George Clooney. It's Christian Bale. It's Robert Pattinson. It's Ben Affleck.
Okay.
They're all thrown into a pit,
Ooh.
and they got to
Who comes out on
fight
top?
to the death.
Fight to the death.
Live action Batman fight to the death.
Ooh, I like this. I gotta.
Hold on. Okay.
I got some. I
wins?
got some quick off the cuff observations I want to throw into the mix.
Throw them our way, brosif.
I think if you're counting Adam West off first, you're not giving him enough credit. While he may not be the most physically capable of everyone, he does have whimsy on his side.
He does.
He does.
He almost has like tune power in a way,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Bugs Bunny.
Exactly.
He does have tune power. I agree with that completely. I would say, oof, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I would say off top, without thinking, I would say I'll tell you who some of the three finalists are.
Okay.
And it's honestly Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, and Robert Pattinson's Batman. Or at least
Final
three of their final three.
I don't necessarily know that to be true.
I just think physically and like fighting ability, yeah.
No, I agree with you for sure on that, but they're all also smart. So, like, who's to say, like, if we were ranking them in terms of like what they're capable of, yes, but who's to say
They're in
that,
a pit right now. They're gladiator style fighting each other.
Yeah.
yeah, but who's to say they still use their brains? They're detectives. What is what is the whole thing? You need to pay attention to your
Okay, so
surroundings.
let's
That's the
hear
who
some names come up, my guys. I don't know.
So
what's
what
going
I'm
on.
saying, what I'm saying is, first and foremost,
How about this? Who's out first? Royal Rumble style. I'm picturing like WWE Royal Rumble, but it's all the Batmans.
do they have
Who's out-
tools
who's out
or is
the
it just
ring first?
hand to
They have
hand?
everything. It's their utility belt. They have
Yeah.
whatever is on them, obviously.
Okay, I think it's gonna be Ben Affleck out first.
First.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I don't even
first.
like Ben Affleck that much, but I
think he's the most physically imposing of all of them.
Yeah.
And I think
So they all team up against him?
I think that the smart Batmans are like they're gonna not let he's physically the biggest threat. He's also the most likely to kill.
True. Batman's also really good at exploiting an opponent's weaknesses in battle. Once he sees that Adam West Batman has literally no body armor whatsoever,
Cloth.
like that's the easiest one to get rid of.
True.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that, what's to say then Christian Bale isn't gonna acknowledge that. Also,
Why not with a one-liner? Why not?
no, Christian Bale
Where'd you
is
get your armor, huh?
No, but what I'm saying is I'm saying out the gates, Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson know that if they're going to be the number one Batman, they need to take out Batfleck.
Ooh, so they like back-to-back style take out Batfleck?
Yeah, and yes. And I think Keaton and West are off somewhere having a little silly off. You know what I mean?
Dude, George Clooney's Batman is pretty silly.
Oh, see,
true. His bat nipples are in there. You know,
Yeah,
take that
so-
He has the
seriously.
credit card line. He has a bunch of
okay. So I'm rethinking this again. The three silly Batmen unify as a team, leaving
So you got the silly squad,
Silly
Yeah.
squad.
which is Adam West,
George Clooney,
and
Michael Keaton.
you think Michael Keaton is sillier than Val Kilmer?
Yes. I think
Anthony, you have yet to weigh in here.
I think Val
Because I
Kilmer's
feel like Cody's got a lot of good points.
I feel like Val Kilmer's
Val Kilmer's out first in my head, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too, honestly.
Damn.
I think Batfleck makes quick work of Val Kilmer, and that's what gets Birdie P and
Birdie P.
Birdie P and motherfucking Christian Bale to unify because they're like, oh shit, did you see what Ben Affleck just murdered Val Kilmer? You know what I mean? They're like, this is not the Batman we want to become. This is the worst of us. We need to incapacitate him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it tracks.
So I'm saying Val Kilmer first, Batfleck second.
Okay. All right, Anthony, who's the next two?
See, I'm thinking of it more this way. Like, Batfleck has to be one of the final surviving. Like, if you're going after him, because Batfleck in like all
We've
the
also
movies,
seen Batfleck take on multiple opponents in the warehouse fight.
also he's the most seasoned Batman out of all of them, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count him out so easily. I'm seeing as the final three what you're saying: Batfleck, Bale, and Pattinson for sure. Everyone else, like Adam West, maybe he's in there for a few laughs, but he's not surviving.
He gets thrown out ultimately.
Yeah.
Adam West ultimately
for sure.
loses.
Yeah, definitely.
Clooney,
Okay.
no way, no chance.
Yeah,
No,
Adam
yeah,
West, Clooney, Val Kilmer, they're all out of there no matter
Right.
what.
Keaton
Yeah.
showed off some moves in Flashpoint, but I don't know.
I think ultimately they stomp the shit out of Keaton, and then it's between Pattinson, Ben Affleck, and Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And then maybe Pattinson and Bale team up to stop Batfleck, and then they have to face off at the end.
I'll be honest. I'll tell you who I'm not picking as winner. Christian
Who?
Bale's Batman.
Interesting.
Christian Bale's Batman only knows one specific martial arts form, and we've
What
seen
is that?
it. Whatever it is, like whatever he's limited. It is a type of. I remember seeing like all these BTS scenes of the martial artist who did the choreography for Batman Begins. I don't know what it's called, but it is a very specific type of fighting.
But when
Whereas,
he's fighting Ra's al Ghul, he's like, oh, jujitsu, oh, this. So he kind of had multiple ones.
Yeah,
but I
he
get what you're
definitely.
saying.
They do that. They do
Yeah,
that in the movie.
In the movie, but like the actual thing is an actual. I forgot what it's called. We can Google it, but it
No,
is
I
a
believe
martial
you.
arts thing. I just feel like
but I just think that realistically, you're not going
this
to
is
take.
more ninja based. Batman's and Ben Affleck seems to be like more urban, tactical SWAT, hand to hand combat based. I feel like
Yes, and
very
he's
military.
More, I think you're giving yes, but also Batfleck. If we're saying he's the most seasoned, he's also the oldest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's the
true.
slowest.
We've also seen him hold himself with fucking
Literal gods.
literal gods, parademons, dark side. You know what I'm like? I'm just saying.
You're making
like,
me and Jake sound like Snyder Bros. And
I
we're
know.
not at
Seriously,
all.
I'm just using straight logic.
I just don't think that. I don't think Batfleck is. I don't even think Batfleck's making it to the final three. I
You're
just think,
crazy. That's just delusional.
No, I think he's.
Yes, it is.
I
That's
think,
just being a hater.
but I
Actually,
also like. I also like to. I'm not doing. I don't think that like if we just rank them based on ability, like gave them stats. I don't think it would be like highest stats is first. Yeah, I think you're looking too much into just like stat based.
I'm looking at what I've seen from the movies.
Yeah.
Who do
I
you
am
put
too.
in your top three? No, you're not. Who do you put in your top three?
No, you're not. Yes, I am.
Who do you put in your top three? That they get to the end.
Definitely Bale. Definitely Bale. I think Bale, in my mind, comes out on top.
No, I disagree.
So Bale, I think probably Pattinson too.
And then who's your third?
Probably Keaton is what I was gonna go.
What?
Yeah.
I like Keaton. Don't get me wrong. He's literally one of my favorites, if not my favorite, but I can't put him up there.
I just think that you're not giving enough.
I am. I'm giving.
I think you're giving too much too much into just like numbers and not enough into character.
I am giving it to character. Ben Affleck, when he was in the suit, was a sick Batman when he would fuck shit up.
Yeah, but not.
He took on Superman with his mind. Like, came up with body armor and tools and shit. I don't know. I just disagree.
Yeah, but they're also like unfair, unrealistic.
This is what it is. It's all the Batman in a fight.
No,
Like,
but you also have to like count a little bit of their collective universes. Like Bale would never go up against a god because there aren't those kinds of beings in his universe.
It's not about that life.
No.
So we all give our final picks. We don't have to agree.
Okay.
What are we, a bunch of agreeers over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so my final picks. I'm going with Bale, Pattinson, Keaton.
No. Who is the number one guy?
Bale.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
You know what? I'm going with Bale too.
Ooh.
And you're going with Affleck?
I don't know.
I see the points for Affleck actually, but I'm going with Bale.
Dude, I like talked about it with like my friend Spencer before. I do like the fighting in the movies better from Pattinson and Ben Affleck.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I think it is better. I think the actual like punches thrown and the choreography, I think it's cooler in the later movies. He does cool shit in Dark Knight and whatnot, and the fight with him and Bane is cool. But it is just very like it is all the same throughout all three movies.
That's fair.
And in this movie, in Batman Begins, I don't know if you guys notice this. I honestly don't know how you wouldn't notice it. Okay, and especially when you watch Dark Knight. This movie has a lot of fast cutting in the actual fight scenes, especially in the scene, like a lot of fast cutting. I remember distinctly when I saw it in theaters, I was like, I really don't like that. I want to see the punches connect. And I get it. It was like to build up the mythos, but like, yeah, it was a lot of fast cutting for me. So
yeah, and this one especially.
Yeah, and this one especially more so than all the others for sure. But I'm gonna, if I'm going off the movies, dude, like Pattinson's Batman was taking shotguns and sniper rifles to the chest. He also had that like Bane juice that he injects himself. This is on his person.
Mm-hmm. We don't know if that's Bane juice confirmed yet.
You know what I mean? It was whatever it was.
I think it is Bane juice.
It was whatever
Venom.
it was. Clear like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yes, that. Oof, I don't know. But also, you got to remember Ben Affleck's Batman has more. What's it called? More of a background actually killing his opponents than Pattinson and.
He's murdering. He's straight. Just murders everybody. He takes out.
That plays a lot.
Yeah. That's why I think he wouldn't make it to the end, because I think that he would immediately establish himself as the biggest threat in the arena. And I think I just don't think it's as clear cut as like Batman. I don't know. I'm
going to go with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Okay.
That's who I would pick for a winner.
Pattinson.
Yeah.
Okay. There you have it. We want to know what you guys think. Who wins the Batman Tournament of Death?
The Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Batman Royal Rumble. I feel like you can make I think you can make a case for anyone except Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Batman. Everyone else, I can be like, all right.
And Adam West. Adam West
has whimsy.
Yeah, but he's not like Spider Pig or anything. You know what I mean? Like he has like a more toony feel, but he's still, you can kill that motherfucker with a gun.
Oh, but what about this? Christopher Nolan, I think Dark Knight Rises, isn't the whole thing about taking a bomb out of Gotham?
Yeah.
And that's literally taken from 60s Adam West Batman. Yeah, so like, you know, they're dealing with the same kind of threat, just in a different way. Can't really count him out.
No, I don't. He's not. He doesn't have the hand-to-hand combat skills that.
What the pow, the bang?
Yeah,
Like, what if someone
Yeah,
punched you and
dude.
all you saw was pow?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So that's like saying that Robin from the Adam West is also like a top contender.
Ooh, you don't
If
want
we're
to throw
throwing-
him in there.
if we're throwing Robins in there, the Robins are all gonna die quick. None of the live
Well, time
action
out.
Robins.
Who do you think would win with live action Robins? Is it the
Ooh.
Burt Ward Adam West Robin?
Okay.
Is it the Chris O'Donnell Robin, or is it the Joseph Gordon-Levitt Dark Knight Rises Robin?
Oh, wait, there's also Titans, the live action Titans show.
Oh yeah, I don't watch that show. But we
I
can
don't
talk
watch it
about
either. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't really care.
That would actually make multiple live action Robins. But if we go by movies only.
If we do movies only, so Chris
that
O'Donnell,
triple threat?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then Burt Ward.
Burt Ward, I guess there was the Batman movie.
There's the
We'll
Batman
count that.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burt Ward is a classic Robin. He wore the classic
He
Robin
is.
costume.
Yeah, iconic.
You know what? I give it to Chris O'Donnell. O'Donnell.
Ooh, I'll give it to Chris O'Donnell too.
Yeah. Although the least Robin like in Robins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's his strength in this situation.
If you made him Red Hood, though, it would make a lot of sense. I think he would be a good Red Hood.
Yeah. Or even Nightwing.
Yeah. But like
Back
the way
then,
he was,
not now.
Yeah.
He's too old now.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay. Now I've got a even let's get a little wackier.
Oh, let's get
What?
wacky. Let's get
Wackier than
nuts.
what we've been doing?
Yeah.
Let's get nuts.
Live action villains. That means they can't be CGI'd villains like Doomsday or Darkseid.
Okay, are we doing Marvel, DC, Batman live action
just
villains?
Batman live action. This is the Batman Bat Day episode.
Of
Batman
all the
live,
villains episode, like all
all the live
So time
action.
out. So that's Jack
That's a lot.
Nicholson Joker.
Heath Ledger Joker.
Heath Ledger Joker.
Jared Leto Joker.
Jared Leto. Colin O'Farrell Penguin.
Yeah.
Or Colin Farrell Penguin. I don't know why I said
Colin O'Farrell.
Colin Farrell Penguin. Danny DeVito Penguin. Zoe
Yeah.
Kravitz Catwoman. Anne Hathaway Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Yeah.
Tom Hardy Bane. That random guy Bane in the Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman's
Uma
Poison.
Thurman.
That's a lot. This is a juggernaut. this is a Royal Rumble. All right.
And you're not counting all the Adam West Batman villains, which each
Oh,
have
Jesus
a version
Christ.
of like all those.
Are they all in the movies though? Let's just talk
Yeah,
movies.
the movie has all
Movie
the
has
villains.
everyone, yeah. It's Catwoman, Riddler, Joker.
Okay, I think I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of them. Then you got to remember.
Joaquin.
Zod.
Are we doing? What? Oh wait, I thought you said Batman villains.
Oh, just Batman. Sorry, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Zod.
I guess we don't have to do Joaquin. It doesn't matter. We have enough
Yeah, he's not-
Jokers.
I don't think he's really like a villain. But you said live action Jokers. So.
Yeah, put him Joaquin.
Well, let's
He's
put him in there. Let's put him in there. Okay. And who
Damn.
else?
In
Are we
that
missing
case, Harley
anyone?
Quinn.
Oh,
Harley Quinn.
Two-Face, both Aaron Eckhart and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Riddler, both Paul Dano and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who
Okay.
I already have going pretty far. It's Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yeah. So
Have him
he has
getting
the
pretty-
power of whimsy.
Out
too.
of everybody, Jim
If Adam
Carrey's
West
Riddler.
gets whimsy powers, then Jim Carrey's Riddler definitely gets whimsy powers.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
This is oh my god,
Yeah.
20 opponents.
You know who else I think is going pretty far?
Who?
Bane.
Which one?
Tom Hardy.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, you put Ben Affleck not going far, but Tom Hardy's Bane going far.
I think.
I think Tom Hardy's Bane gets iced pretty quickly.
You think?
Literally iced. Schwarzenegger.
Mr. Right.
Hold on, Mr. Freeze goes far in mine.
I agree.
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze does
go far. Yeah. He has both whimsy power and just an insane but his freeze ray was CGI, so no freeze ray.
Wait, why?
Oh, wait.
That's
why?
not fair.
Okay, fine.
You said
fine.
no. No.
Yeah, I
villains.
said non CGI villains because I
that's a
didn't want
very
to. I
specific
didn't want to
caveat.
throw like Doomsday or Darkseid in there because then
Well,
it
no,
would
but
be clear.
That's not
Batman
Batman.
villains.
Yeah.
Batman villains.
Like we said, no Zod. So no, we get
Okay.
Freezy in there. We get
Yeah,
Mr.
we
Okay,
get
fine. Freeze. That's
got in
fine.
there.
Yeah.
I agree. Schwarzenegger goes far.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe
I think,
even.
okay,
Poison Ivy too, just because Poison Ivy could do
Maybe.
things that other people can't.
I think Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face gets iced pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think, as much as I love him, I do think Danny DeVito's Penguin gets killed pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think, don't get me wrong, Paul Dano's Riddler was good at like establishing elaborate plans and traps months ahead, but in a ring, he's getting killed
Yeah.
almost immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I don't like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, so I'm getting rid
You know
of
who
her.
I think goes far?
Who?
Colin Farrell's Penguin.
Ooh, okay. It's like making deals with people and shit.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
he's
don't
just
shoot
like
me.
Yeah. So I'll pay you $50 not to shoot me.
I think Heath's Joker is going to go far just because
Oh yeah.
I think Jared Leto's Joker does not go far.
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker gets killed.
Oh, what about Killer Croc? He was in Suicide Squad.
That's true. And so was Jared Leto's Joker. So by that
Okay.
logic, we do have to include Killer.
And Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, who I think would go
Yeah.
farther than Jared Leto's Joker.
I agree.
Talk about whimsy, yeah.
Dude, this
Yep.
is crazy, you guys. I can't even comprehend this.
Wait, does that mean you get Ewan McGregor's Black Skull or Black Mask, whatever that guy's name is?
Right.
I did like Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, honestly. Even though he wasn't Black Mask, I liked him.
You know,
Yeah.
there is a theory or that in The Dark Knight, you remember the dude who tries to blackmail Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that small little sniveling dude?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the movie, his name is Mr. Reese, but he's the only one to deduce who Batman truly is. And then he goes to Morgan Freeman, tries to blackmail him. And he's like, "You think blackmailing one of the richest, powerful men is, he gives that whole spiel." Okay,
Yeah.
so that guy, there's a theory that dude is like Nolan's version, the closest thing to it, of the Riddler. In that he's deduced Batman's identity, which is the Riddler always does, and like how the Riddler uses other names like Enigma. His name is Mr. Reese, like Mysteries.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Did you ever hear that? Yeah.
I guess we also weren't counting Ra's al Ghul from this movie.
Cool. You're right.
Yeah. Jonathan
Both Ra's al
Crane.
Ghul's is Ken Watanabe and Liam Neeson?
Yeah. Talia al Ghul.
Talia al Ghul? Fuck. I don't know. Who do you guys think comes out
on top.
Yeah, straight up.
Let's just jump to the chase.
I give it to Mr. Freeze or Heath Ledger Joker.
Dude, I kind of want to give it to Mr. Freeze.
yeah,
also.
let's go with Mr. Freeze. I'll vote for Mr. Freeze's top spot.
I'm going to vote for Mr. Freeze as well.
Because who's figuring out his thing needs that gem or something?
Those diamonds.
Yeah, there we go.
The diamonds power him.
I'm going to give it to Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Whoa. Cray cray banana.
She would be able to break the fourth wall and be like, Schwarzenegger. Oh.
Does Harley Quinn break the fourth wall?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Especially in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I barely watched Birds of Prey.
I barely watch. I actually like it more than most people do. I don't think it's good, but I think it's better than, I think I liked it more than The Flash.
Yeah, it was way better than The Flash. Easily.
I don't know about all that. Sounds like cap and a half, dude.
Captain Ahab.
Heroes in a cap shell. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mr. Freeze too, because he is like low key. I don't know, like powerful, and
Yep.
if you're putting them in a pit and he has this freeze gun, he can just like
Yep.
spray everybody.
Who's stopping that?
No
Who
one's
is
stopping
that?
him. Yeah.
But there's also like so many people, like all it would take is Mr. Croc or Mr. Croc.
Mr. Croc.
Croc.
Is Killer Croc just like carrying someone as a human shield and then biting his head off? You know what I mean? Like,
True.
there's so many villains in
Someone
that thing.
could crack. Well, in this version, Freeze doesn't have like the helmet, but you could fuck him up still.
Yeah, I just
If you
think
could fuck
He's
him
also
up
a
before
pretty
the-
big guy too. Schwarzenegger is not small,
no.
so I don't know. I'm going with Mr. Freeze on this.
I'm going Harley Quinn. Harley
Yeah, I'm
Quinn.
sticking with Freezy.
No, that's fine.
Freeze in hell.
He's doing this for Nora. You know, he has a really strong
Dude,
motivator.
he has strong motivation. I agree. I would like to see a modern
Freeze.
take on
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze. I think
that
he
would be
deserves
cool.
it. He deserves to have some credit on his name.
Yeah, he hasn't had a good live action one done at all.
No, and you know what he's really cool is the Batman Arkham games. All of his
Yeah.
fights and all of his he's like awesome in the games as a villain to fight.
Yeah, it's almost you have to like solve a puzzle essentially while fighting him. I mean, it was like that with a lot of the
Crazy
bosses,
little-
but
yeah, it's a crazy little fuck.
dude, well, I do want to say Batman Begins clear also inspiration for the fighting mechanics of the Arkham games.
Yeah. Let's not forget that this inspired like modern day Batman, like you said, and like the Nolan Batman trilogy is in high regards. Even if Rises isn't the best, it's a great trilogy.
Still a great trilogy overall.
I would say that too.
I really liked this version of Batman, and like I said, 15 years old when I saw this movie, like it's implanted in my brain as like cool
Monumental.
Batman. Yeah, like
Facts.
really no escaping it, honestly.
So what are we giving it, boys?
Easy money 6.
Yeah, honestly, like I was thinking like Dark Knight is easily top tier movie, but this is top tier too. It's just not the Dark Knight, but I like them both for different reasons. Not different reasons, but like they're just both great. They're both doing different things.
And iconic for the way, just for the future of the comic book industry.
Yeah, this resurrected Batman in a cool way. It was a successful, fresh,
Very
great
true.
Batman.
Resurrected DC also.
Yeah.
Because after this comes Man of Steel and then all the shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I'm being honest, Batman's probably like, if we're not talking teams, Batman's probably like my favorite individual character, superhero.
I love Batman.
Yeah, he's great. I'll always show up for Batman. So, yeah, I guess I'll give it a 6. Yeah, 6 for this one. I'm not even going to be like stupid and be like 5.9 or 5.8. Like, I'll give it the 6. It's not perfect, but I still love it.
Yeah.
Jake, it's all up to you.
Oh, I'm giving it a 6. Nice. No, it deserves a 6. It is a well-earned 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Truly. More so than other things.
Yeah.
We've given sixes to a lot worse movies.
Oh yeah. And I would make the argument that we've given a worse score to better movies.
Whoa.
But of every movie we've talked about, this is definitely up there, I would argue.
Facts.
Yeah,
Agreed, my dude.
agreed. Batman Begins holds a special place in our comic book hearts. Like, origin movies, this was a great origin. Like, it changed. It didn't really change. Like, okay, he's not going to see a movie. He went to go see a play with his parents, but
An opera.
that's about it. An opera, yeah.
He gets scared by an opera, that little bitch. See, I like Bruce Wayne because he has a true arc. He goes from being the biggest bitch ever
Yeah.
and literally responsible for the deaths of his parents, and I hope he felt that as a child. That and he decided to change it by honing his martial arts abilities, his detective abilities. He literally gets locked up in a like Chinese prison camp. Remember that? Like, that's how the movie
yeah.
opens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy fight.
Yeah, where they're dragging him away and they're like, solitary. He's like, why am I going to solitary? He's like, for protection. He's like, I don't need protection. He's like, it's not for you. It's for them.
Yeah, there's like 20 guys that are like, oh, on the ground, all fucked up.
Yeah. And then that one guy's always trying to kill him, and he's like, I'm the devil. And he's like, you're not the devil, you're practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Fuck you guys, I'm not practice.
Right.
Oh, we hurt the devil's feelings. Sorry. Who gives a fuck?
Dude, I'm sweaty.
Are you a sweaty Bo Betty?
Sweaty Bo Betty. Banana fan of Bo Betty.
Stupid.
Sorry, I don't know.
Well, thanks for tuning in to our Patreon Batman Day episode.
Patreon.
Patreon.
It's Patreon.
Patron.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
thanks for subscribing.
You subscribe to us, you do all that stuff. But if you haven't already, like right now, as you're listening, pull up Spotify or Apple. You might not be listening on that, but whatever you listen to our normal episodes on, make sure to rate us. Give us a rating and follow us.
Yes.
That's how the algorithm's like, ooh, let's show this to other people.
Yeah.
Whoa, is that true?
I'm pretty sure. that's how it works.
Crazy algorithms.
We're trying to game the algorithm, folks.
Yeah.
Algae
And
rhythm.
guess
We're
what?
trying
The
to-
algorithm is winning.
That's awesome.
We're trying to put something special together for next month for October Patreon, so hopefully we can get that together. But we'll
for
come out.
Shocktober. It's gonna
Yeah,
get
shit. The shitty werewolf.
that was the shittiest wolf I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yo, Anthony, I just realized you're gonna have to share your dark secret with Rodney Barnes.
Shit, you have to. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Tell your friends to subscribe to our Patreon.
Tell them.
Tell them. Make them do it.
Scream in their faces. Be like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Threaten to do them harm.
Yeah. At one point in time, turn off all the lights in their house and slowly make their family member disappear. And then she'll be like, where'd you go? And then pop up and be like, I'm here, but with our Spotify link.
Yes.
And then just disappear into the night.
Cody.
That was
like, shall be like. When you said shall be like, it sounded like something you did.
Batman. That's what Batman would do.
It's true.
If Batman was sharing. Right?
Oh, yeah, we didn't say who we would be. Jake is Alfred, Cody is Gordon, and I'm Scarecrow.
Okay.
Feel like none of us are cool enough to be Batman.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree with that.
Are we? Or do any of us have the Bat mantle?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think Jake's Alfred.
I was going to say, Cody feels more like Flash to me.
Whoa, I don't
Cody's
know
the
about that. I think it's just the mustache.
Oh, I just thought Jake did the best Michael Caine impression, so he
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Although, Cody, we haven't heard your Michael Caine impression in a while.
should be. For Patreon, yeah, this is like the post-credit
Okay.
scene. Let's
Oh.
Just the post-credit Patreon thing.
exclusive.
I have to get my face ready.
Okay.
Okay. But why? Damn it. I have to. Okay, give me. Wait. But why do we fall, Mr. Bruce? To pick Osh. That was so bad.
It sounded more like one of the hobbits. Mike O'Kane.
Mike, okay.
Who can do the better Morgan Freeman impression?
You, obviously.
Yeah, I think you got
We've
it.
done it before. Yeah, I think we have it.
You could throw it out there if you want to.
I can't even. I was just gonna sound like a generic old black man voice if I do it now.
Your Michael Caine is on point.
Mike O'Kane. Well, yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Peace.
Leave.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo.
Peace.